Yeah, hi there, Ruby, and this is Michael, and I'm looking at your email that you sent me. So you say, thank you for your comments last time, and you're welcome. You also say, and I've read your article about the 4 things you get a high TOEFL speaking score, and those directions and tips that you wrote about were very helpful for me to recheck the methods of my speaking practice. So I'm glad that you liked that article, and for my YouTubers, if you're watching this video, I will put the link to that article that the student's referring to in the comment box below this video, so you guys can check it out too. Alright, so then Ruby, so you're doing, it looks like, integrated speaking practice test number 18, and I'm going to... Okay, let's take a look at how you did this exercise. So you're focusing on the 3 consonant sounds, the L, the R, and the flap. So the flap is usually, it's when you have a T or a D in the middle of a word and you pronounce it kind of like a soft D. Alright, so let's see how you did with this pronunciation practice.
More than 36 years after he made history as the first American to orbit the Earth, Senator John H. Glenn Jr. will return to space as part of a multinational crew with the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery in late October.
And the word shuttle, it's more shuttle. You don't have to worry about pronouncing that T there. That's the flap sound I was telling you about. Now, the other thing that you can work on here is remember that once you get to the end of the sentence, that's when your intonation drops. However, in all the thought groups preceding the end of the sentence, your tone should be slightly higher pitched at the end of those. So then I might say this: more than 36 years after he made history as the first American to orbit the Earth, Senator John H. Glenn Jr. will return to space as part of a multinational crew with the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery in late October. So then once I get to the end of the sentence, I drop my tone just a little bit.
Scientific endeavors on the STS-95 mission are not limited to furthering an understanding of the human body, but also will expand our understanding of the closest star to our planet, the Sun, and how it affects life on Earth.
Good.
The Achilles tendon is a large tendon located in the back of the leg that inserts into the heel. Starting in the late 1970s, I developed techniques that integrate...
You want to say the word techniques there, so that's 2 syllables. I developed techniques.
...the experimental rigors of the laboratory with what little was then known about parallel communication in nature.
Okay.
Although a few other species of bats move readily on the ground, and some take off from the ground, no other species possess the extreme terrestrial...
You see the word extreme terrestrial...
agility and the jumping ability of vampire bats.
And then with that V, vampire bats. So I think overall you're pronouncing those sounds correctly. The one that... And this is kind of more of an American thing, the flap sound. That one you're maybe pronouncing more as a T, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect your intelligibility at all. So the one thing I want to reiterate with you is your tone, because you'll be probably working on that also in my course. So again, after each thought group, if it's not the final thought group, you want to have a slightly inflected tone at the end of those ideas. So then I might read 5 like this. Although a few other species of bats move readily on the ground, and some take off from the ground, no other species possess the extreme terrestrial agility and jumping ability of vampire bats. So notice how at the end of each of those thought groups my tone is slightly inflected, and then when I get to the end I drop it a little bit, and that helps give you a more natural sounding intonation, because you're not just using the same tone throughout your response. You're varying that intonation a little bit more. All right, thank you for completing this practice test, or this pronunciation practice exercise.